Today is Friday, January 9th. I'm Paul Caroli, and here's what Denver's talking about. Welcome to CityCast Denver, the show about the city where rival herds are returning to the city for an infamous annual tradition this week. There will be jockeying, there will be wrangling, there will be people awkwardly wearing cowboy hats that maybe shouldn't be.
Are you talking about yourself?
Is this somebody's wedding? Is this...
Who shouldn't be wearing cowboy hats, Paul?
I'm talking about the annual legislative session.
Oh. There are a lot of 10 gallons on the wrong people there, for sure.
Politics, baby.
That's true.
That's right.
But you're also, well, you said
That's
rivals,
the
so I was like,
excitement.
we're not talking about the stock show, which
Yeah,
is
they're
also...
rivals, sort of. I thought they were, people trying to sell, whatever. I don't know anything about the stock show.
Yeah, you do.
They
we
sell
went.
each other.
All the
They
three
sell
of
each
us
other
went.
cows
We
and
went.
stuff.
Yeah.
We learned about bull semen. It was a whole thing.
There, we met that lovely family from Truth or Consequences, New Mexico.
Yeah, Joshua harassed people.
That was well. I'm
That's
like,
great.
give us back our land. No.
That's really why we went.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Well, I'm Paul Caroli. It's Friday here on CityCast Denver. That means we're looking back at a big week of news. All sorts of good stuff to talk about. Some sad, some interesting, some weird. From the local ripple effects of Trump's crackdown on Minnesota, the ICE shooting, of course, restaurant success story that people can't stop complaining about, and Denver's newest celebrity reveals his dark side. We are taping the show on video for Instagram at the beautiful Dude IDK Studios here in Five Points. A little bit of sleet today.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
There.
Are you sure it's sleet? I don't know if it's
That's
risen.
what my app said.
My weather app said sleet as well, so
But
that's
have
what
you been
I
outside though?
I yes.
It was. I don't think it was sleet.
What did you? How would you call it? A wintry mix?
I would say just cold rain right now.
Cold rain. Okay, I saw sleet. There was like flakes when I got up.
I'm just hoping for snow.
I want snow.
You know,
I mean,
sad.
that
Tired of
snow,
my
snow.
Christmas blow-ups sitting in a yard full of dirt. I want some snow.
Do you have a Christmas blow up?
Two.
What are they? What can I guess? Let me guess.
Okay.
One snowman.
Yes.
Okay. One Rudolph?
No.
Okay. What's the second one?
Santa riding a polar bear.
Oh,
That's
that's
fun.
pretty cool. That's sick.
That's fun.
You got to really tie that sucker down, though.
Oh,
He keeps
yeah.
trying to leave the yard.
Well, you've heard their voices. I'll introduce everybody. Bree Davies is here as usual. Hey, Bree.
Hi.
Bree, stock show or the Capitol? What are you more likely to go to this January?
I'm stock show, definitely. I
Are
don't
you
know if
gonna
I
go?
would choose to go to the Capitol. Well, I don't know. My son's going on Monday with my in-laws, and that's really who I would go with. But
They also have free tours at the Capitol that I've always wanted to take part in.
oh yeah, I've
yeah,
never done one of those.
You can go up into the dome up top. And, yeah, so.
Maybe we should do that sometime.
Peel off a little bit of the gold paint of the dome.
Of the dome?
Yeah.
I wasn't planning on to, but that's a
You
good
could.
idea. I like that.
You
yeah.
could. The other person here on the show.
Oh, yeah.
So smooth, so natural. He's a hilarious comedian. He's a performer at Casa Bonita and owner of the hottest take on our 2026 predictions show earlier this week.
Oh, you think?
I do think.
Wait, what was yours again? I forgot.
That dirt's going to crash and burn. Which
The Denver Immersive Repertory Theater, the new
right.
immersive
Yeah.
thing that's opening downtown with DDA money this spring.
Oh, spicy. I did want to reach out to some of my peeps in there and hear
Peeps
what
and
they
talk.
heard.
Yeah, please do. I mean, it's kind of a slept on thing that we have one of the best immersive scenes outside of the big cities, like here in Denver. They're very proud of it. They do a lot of good work.
Because we have the OG. Casa Bonita.
That's right. Exactly. Like we've been doing this a long time, baby.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's just, I do, with that take though, I am rooting for dirt, but I do think it's going to crash and burn. I don't know. Is that
Rising
fair?
tide.
It's a hot take.
Okay. All right.
It's a hot take. Personally, I feel the opposite. I talked to those guys. I'm very confident.
You?
I think they got a great vision, and I'm excited about it. I'm going to be there opening weekend for the Midsummer Night's Dream thing.
Can we go together?
We talked about it. I think we should go together.
All right. Let's go.
Cute.
Yeah, a little
Friend date.
just two men going to see a Midsummer Night's Dream together.
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that? All right, America's healing.
That's right. It's immersive? Actually, I'm acting like
It's
I know.
immersive.
I've
That's
never
either
even seen or
Celeb.
read A Midsummer Night's Dream. I don't know what it's about, but
It's Shakespeare. It's fun. It's like the
Fairies.
best.
immersive Shakespeare.
Fairies prancing around in the forest at night.
Not my kind of fairies. but
Romantic. Maybe some of your kind of fairies.
I hope so.
Romantic
My people.
dalliances.
Yeah.
Oh my God. This sounds so cute. You guys should definitely go.
It's a
Yeah.
great play. I mean, it'll be good. It makes
it's
sense
my
as an
favorite
immersive.
Shakespeare play. Yeah.
Oh,
Might be
okay.
mine
Well, I'll
too,
be looking
actually.
forward to the report back on that one.
A little bit of business before our top story here. We are hiring.
Yes.
CityCast Denver is hiring for an audience development manager. So what does that mean?
Edit Instagram videos of me and Paul.
Well, a little bit of that, a little bit of social media, a little bit of just like brand building, brand awareness. We're looking for a Swiss Army knife of marketing, but we want talented people to come help us build this thing. So if this is you, if you have experience in one of these areas broadly of audience development, marketing, if you love the podcast, if you get what we're about, we'd love to talk to you about this role. There's a listing in the show notes. Please apply. Okay, our top story. President Trump is still mad at us, but it is quite serious. Yesterday, an ICE officer shot and killed turns out a Coloradan woman in Minnesota. That was Wednesday, and Coloradans were already feeling the effects of President Trump's crackdown on fraud in Minnesota. On Tuesday, Trump's Department of Health and Human Services announced it was freezing tens of millions in funding for childcare and other social services in Colorado and 4 other states due to, quote, widespread fraud and misuse of taxpayer dollars, though the Denver Post noted that they made no specific allegations about fraud here in Colorado at all. Do you all want to start with the shooting? I know it happened in Minnesota, but it kind of rocked me. I know you all were feeling it as well. Bree, how did it feel watching this video?
Horrifying. Absolutely horrifying. I mean, to see that level of state violence just fully record. Again, this is not new, I should say this, but I think this particular situation was really jarring for folks because it seems from the video that this woman was trying to follow the directions of the ICE agent and leave. She was trying to leave. And my heart really goes out to Renee Good's family. And from what I've read and understand, her wife was in the car with her when this happened. She has 3 children. And reports that I've seen said medical aid was there immediately and ICE agents stopped them from helping her. And her wife was sitting on the curb crying alone. And that was something that struck a reporter I heard talking about this from Minnesota, that there was they couldn't even be helped. They were being stopped from being helped. So I thought about it. I thought about it all night. I thought about it all morning. I can't imagine. My heart just goes out to her family. And this is a really terrifying moment.
Yeah. I felt anger, so frustrated that there's this person that's trying to sort of get out of the situation, and you can sort of just, this untrained person just puts 2-3 shots, not only one ending her life but endangering everybody around him. I mean, these people with this that have been brought into ICE with this new recruitment, like they're losers. They're the people that weren't able to get into any of the military services and into the police academies, and they also have some of the worst training, and it's evident. And it's not only is ICE dangerous, from a philosophical standpoint in terms of just marching the streets, they're just dangerous from a logistics standpoint in that they're poorly trained and to the point, and they're all armed. And
this was where
terrifying.
my mind went at the first time I saw the video too. I was just like, this is clear. I mean, I'm not an expert, but this is not how law enforcement is. This is not protocol we're watching here.
Yeah, I think that's one of the scariest parts is I think folks that are doing things like legal observing are under the understanding that we're all following the same rules not to get in the way of law enforcement. And I heard What's Next, the Slate podcast this morning had a really great story on it, just explaining the feeling in Minneapolis right now. Obviously, this is the same place where George Floyd was murdered, but that ICE agents have begun to collect people's information on their license plates. People will be following an ICE caravan, and ICE will be going to their house because they've photographed their license plate and they've pulled their information. A woman said that an ICE agent identified her by name based on information that they had gathered about her, who was just a legal observer. So I think that's why this feels different. Because
it feels like an escalation. I mean, we knew this was coming too, because President Trump all last year, he said, this ICE immigration crackdown is not going fast and big enough. And they replaced the field officer here in Denver. So we know that that's the orders for this new person. I don't think we've seen this kind of escalation here yet. At least I haven't, but it's something to watch for this year.
Did you see the mayor, Jacob Frey of Minneapolis?
Oh, his comments?
Oh, yeah, get out of the city. Get out of the city.
Yeah, and I mean, also being in law enforcement in Minneapolis, it's like who is on what side, what is going on. I don't know.
Well, that was one thing, is that the chief of police for Minneapolis was very clearly just, you can see how angry he was at ICE, because it puts his officers in danger. It makes it harder for him to do his job, which is, to serve and protect the people of Minneapolis. I'm shaken in a way that I haven't been, because 2025 was tough in terms of the administration taking over, but actually seeing real examples and real escalation to the point of citizens dying, people that are protected by the Constitution being murdered by the federal government and stuff.
Well, the other piece of this Minnesota situation is the fact that it's about fraud. The reason why Trump is so focused on them, there's been this scandal, this brewing scandal over $1 billion of reported fraud in childcare and other social services, federal funding for these things. So I do think there is reported fraud. I mean, that's on the books, but this really came into focus more around this quote investigation from a X account user named Nick Shirley. Posted after Christmas. It's got more than 1 million views now on X. He claims that his investigation into fraud is now going beyond Minnesota into other states. And I was like, well, he didn't say where, but I'm like, if Trump is cutting federal funding to Colorado, perhaps this Nick Shirley person is going to come here and look for fraud. Have either of you heard of any allegations or reporting about fraud in the childcare or funding for social services here? Because I haven't.
No. Not at all.
All I hear about childcare is that it's hard to find and too expensive.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's hard to keep those programs running without support from the government because childcare is so expensive. And this is going to put a already precarious industry or service, I guess I should say, into even deeper danger. And who is impacted most? Low-income folks, children.
Wow.
Do you all have any expectations for the year when it comes to ICE, when it comes to the protests around ICE? I mean, we know this is a big motivator for folks who are trying to protest and push back.
I'll tell you what I'm worried about is that increased conflict is going to lead to increased like a police state, that they're looking for excuses to sort of become more totalitarian, and they're going to try to evoke that out of protesters so that they can sort of then come in.
Have justification for more violence.
Yeah. Well, we know the protests. I mean, I've talked to protesters who are very aware of that and are planning accordingly at their protests, trying to make sure, although that's a whole rival, there's a spectrum as well. Cause some people are like reacting like, push back more, be more violent in response to the totalitarianism. And other people are like, no, be on our best behavior at protests. Yeah.
I think that's always been a conflict within protest situations in terms of where you land sort of on the spectrum of pushback and demonstrations. But I just think that this particular situation that we saw with this shooting makes things even muddier. So even if you were trying to follow the rules and be that person that does not want to push back, you're still in danger. And it's just upset this whole understanding, I think, for folks, because legal observers and folks that really work in the activist space have a set of rules that they're trying to be guided by that are like that lawyers have set forth, you know what I mean, to help them, and that precedence is gone. And so
they're not playing by the rules.
Right. The government is not, playing by the rules, but it just makes things even more confusing, I think, because obviously a lot more people are going to want to be out in the streets now. We saw it last night.
One of the sources I talked to earlier this week who works for one of these organizations that runs protests, he said they had a big one. They have one planned on the 17th outside the Capitol. And he told me that it is already looking like it's going to be way bigger than they anticipated, because many more organizations have been trying to get involved and to try to, piggyback on it and invite people and organize around it. So I think that's going to be the next big one, 17th MLK Jr. weekend.
MLK Jr. Be there, be square.
The other thing around Trump that we should talk about, this was sort of unrelated, but just like in the general theme of Trump having his eyes on Colorado, he posted on Truth Social on December 30th. It started a kind of an interesting conversation around Colorado. He said, quote, "California and Colorado are two of the top outbound states in 2025, parentheses, United Van Lines, exclamation point." That's his way of citing his source, a moving company. "In other words, people leaving. That's what bad governors do to even places blessed with beautiful surrounds and climate." What did we think about this post about Colorado?
Whatever.
It's just deranged, Grandpa.
Yeah, and it's like what makes Colorado great, like the weather and the beautiful surroundings that he mentioned, they're not going anywhere, and they're going to continue to bring new people in. Like I don't.
But also, it's not changing the affordability problem.
That's right. Yeah.
Come on.
Why is rent not cheaper?
Right.
Then, like why are the actual numbers?
I mean, the climate is changing.
It's true.
Thanks to, in part, his actions. He ordered the Craig coal plant to stay open an extra 90 days past their first phase of their first step of their phased shutdown.
Yeah.
Coal plant. So the green transition is going to go slower thanks to him.
God.
The other thing I thought was interesting, I was looking into this whole like migration inbound, like the population dynamics, which is a whole fascinating topic in its own right, is that one of the reasons why population growth in Colorado has slowed is because of a decrease in international migration. Which is also Trump.
Yeah.
Of course.
People don't want to come to the United States as much because of the populist right-wing turn our country's taken.
Yeah,
which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, why would you want to put yourself in any more imminent danger if you don't absolutely have to?
Yeah, Vegas has been hit incredibly hard by this. The international tourism has dropped so down, and it's empty. Compared to it used to be.
Yeah. He is right, though, about Colorado and especially Denver. So this is a report from the Denver Post, which found another moving company with a whole nother data set around migration, U-Haul. The Denver Post reported that within Colorado, Fort Collins is the only, quote, strong inbound metro area left. Boulder and Grand Junction are balanced, inbound, outbound. Denver and Colorado Springs are 57% outbound. So that's 57% of people who are using U-Haul services are moving out of Denver.
Yeah, I believe that. It's expensive.
Yeah. Well, it's also like the infrastructure it's still not strong enough to sort of support how big the population has gotten as well. And then you can sort of see it driving around town. There's just too many cars for how big the roadways are. I don't know. I grew up in Phoenix, which like...
You're implying that roadways should be bigger?
I mean... So I'll say I grew up in Phoenix where the roadways were bigger and there's more people there and it's easier to like get across the grid.
You like those luxurious wide highways, huh?
I mean, I like being able to get across town without taking this little Interstate 25 that always like kinks up at University.
Yeah,
it's I don't know. Are you saying it's a good experience being on the interstates in Denver right now?
No, I'm trying to bait you into taking a stance on highway widening. I know that's a really big issue for some of our listeners.
Do you really want to dip your toe into that?
I'm a public transit guy. I think there should be a train to Boulder. I think there should be a train like Beltway, and I think it needs to be going every 15 minutes.
Bree, do you think that Denverites should care about this macro like outbound migration trend? I
mean, I don't know. Again, I think it all goes back to affordability. For a long time, Colorado was an affordable place to live. It's actually what attracted a lot of people I know, especially artists and stuff. Our scene was a little bigger than some surrounding places, but it was still affordable to live here. Again, we're talking 15, 20 years ago. But I mean, it has its impacts. It means probably less tax base, less people spending money.
Less people to listen to podcasts.
Less people listen to podcasts, less people to, but if you can't afford to live here then yeah, absolutely. People are going elsewhere. There was that story, I think this week that The housing market is like, again, houses are being pulled off the market because they're not selling, but the prices aren't changing. The interest rates suck. So people like me are not moving out of our affordable house. You know what I mean? Like it's all, to me, it just all goes back to housing and affordability.
Yeah.
And so this is what's going to happen. We're going to lose people if they can't afford to live here. And that has impacts on everything.
Well, affordability continues to be the buzzword of the moment.
Well, and we kind of went past faster than I thought. I wanted to talk about the childcare thing just for a minute.
Please, yeah.
Because it is such a big cost for so many people. And actually the woman that runs my son's school, RB Fast, reached out to me this week because these funding cuts from the federal government come on the heels of state cuts that were dependent on money coming from the federal government. So they're losing a lot of money. And programs like hers, childcare programs like hers, depend on that state money because she has full tuition students or kids, it's a daycare, and then kids that are paid for by these programs. So she relies on those programs to offset the cost for the lower income kids because she wants to be able to serve lower income. We're in Westwood and she can't. Like, she's opening a second school in Arvada in part because there's enough income there to support full income students. But she had a really interesting quote. She said, "My prediction is that we will see programs serving lower income areas close down altogether, and it will only be wealthier communities that have access to childcare in the very near future." And so that is terrifying. I mean, you don't have childcare. What do you do as a working parent? What do you do?
It's not only that, but it's like these kids matter, right? Like they're full of potential. Like when you're,
where do they go when there's no
exactly? Well, and it's like you want that potential to bloom. You want to give it the best opportunity to bloom for society, for them. And if you're not investing in kids, then what you're destroying your future.
And
it's discriminatory, is what it is. It reinforces the inequality in society because these people they're not going to have the opportunities, the same leg up. There's going to create the imbalance. It'll just perpetuate through generations. And that's why the government supports these programs.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and also because we require folks to work full-time jobs to exist. So where do their kids go when they're, all of these people that say like, I don't know, where are the pro-lifers? Why aren't they supporting childcare?
Yeah, they only care about it until after they come out.
Like my childcare, it costs $700 a month for 2 days a week. That's it. 5 days a week, folks, I know spend between $1,400 and $2,500 a month for childcare. That's more than a lot of folks rent or mortgage. And that's just so that your kid has, on the basic level, your kid has somewhere to go while you can go to work, Yeah. So it's just, I think the point that she was trying to make to me when she reached out to me was like, I want people to understand that this is dire and more coming sooner than we think it is. The drop in what will happen to our economy and to homelessness.
How soon?
She just said in the near future more than people will think. And I think, if we're looking at a year of no funding, what does that mean? I think the other thing is we're going to see families pushed into homelessness. Where does the money come from if you can't go to work or you don't have someone to watch your kid? You can't make it. You can't bring your kid to work. So I just think that it's more than just losing childcare. Also, these facilities employ people. A lot of the, she employs a lot of folks of color. There's transgender folks that work at my childcare facility. I know in part because it's a hospitable environment for folks. She prides herself on paying them not only a living wage, but try to make this something that could be a career. And it's really hard to do that if you can't pay people enough money. So it's got effects beyond kids don't have childcare anymore, I think is what I would take away from it.
And the solution is we just need to make sure that there's funding for the childcare.
Right?
Yeah,
because it not only pays for the child, it pays to keep the place open. It pays to employ people. It pays to keep kids educated and in a safe place. So, and it's a highly regulated industry. That's the thing that I think is so funny about these claims of fraud. If you ever sign your kid up for anything, you got to fill out 500 forms. There's a paper trail of everything that gets your kid into that school. So, but that's a whole other.
Yeah, the fraud piece is It is happening in Minnesota. The debate is the scale, I think. But
Sure.
as for Colorado, though, that's what I was interested in. Is like I haven't seen any reports. This guy Nick Shirley, who did this big investigation into fraud in Minnesota, he was working based on years of reporting from local newspapers. Here, there is none of that. Like, so
it's interesting.
Is it happening? I'd love to know if it's happening.
Well, because that's why Walz isn't seeking re-election, right? It was because of this fraud.
This scandal,
the scandal. Yeah.
All these people that picked up on this Shirley video. I mean, all the conservative blowhards online.
There's a great piece in the Colorado Sun about the state of this in Colorado, and it says the child care assistance program is well regulated, said one expert, with strict set of rules for providers and parents. Like, I think there's probably a paper trail if you want to see where this money is going in Colorado. It sounds like it's not a problem. So
I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. We're going to go to a break and come back and talk about a couple of hot topics, but we want to hear from you. If you have experiences with childcare, if you have a great place you want to shout out, maybe other people should know about, 720-500-5418. This is going to be a hot topic this year. Our elected officials are going to talk about it. We want to hear what you think. 720-500-5418. We're going to go to that break I mentioned, and we'll be back in a minute.
this episode is brought to you by MultiPass. Founded by event hosts for event hosts, MultiPass lets you sell tickets and memberships and find local events. Proudly based in Denver, MultiPass is deeply rooted in the local event and creative scene. MultiPass has a unique community chat feature that unlocks post-RSVP, so you can build a vibrant community by helping attendees connect and engage. MultiPass solves some of those age-old event issues too. Same-day payouts fix cash flow headaches, and revenue sharing tools let you easily split ticket revenue between producers, performers, and promoters. MultiPass's performer dashboard helps boost attendance with built-in tools to add street teams and track performance. And the membership management tools help build loyalty with your own audience. MultiPass is designed to help everyone in the event ecosystem win, not just the platform. Learn more at multipass.com. That's multipass.com. This episode is brought to you by the University of Denver. The University of Denver is proud to be named one of only 75 dream schools nationwide, recognized for its impressive outcomes, vibrant campus life, and accessible admissions. What makes DU a dream? Close-knit classes where professors know their students by name, customizable academic paths paired with cutting-edge research opportunities, a graduation rate that outpaces peer institutions, and a stunning campus between downtown Denver and the Rocky Mountains that fuels both adventure and ambition. From generating breakthroughs in affordable housing solutions to investing in research as a premier R1 institution, DU's programs and people create meaningful impact. It's where bold minds explore without limits and turn big dreams into reality. The University of Denver digs deeper, achieves more, and dreams bigger. Learn more at du.edu/dream. That's du.edu/dream.
And we're back. We're going to do a couple of hot topics today. One that started over break, but I just really wanted to talk about it with you two because I'm always excited about new Denver celebrities. We have one in Bo Nix.
Who?
Bo Nix.
That's right.
You're joking with me. Yeah. Of course you know. The second-year Broncos quarterback. He's going to stick around for a while because the team is good. By the way, if you haven't heard, the team is good.
Number one in the AFC.
But he was kind of a milquetoast figure until this season.
Was he?
I knew nothing. I mean, I knew one thing about him. Last year, before their playoff game that they lost, I remember there was an article that my in-laws, we've been joking about ever since. There was an article that just had quotes from his barber. And the barber said, he's really locked in for this playoff game. And we thought that was so fun. And then he proceeded to crap the bed.
Oh.
So like we've been blaming the barber every time he fails, you know.
Can I give a shout out though to barbers and hairstylists? Like that's
shout out to barbers.
I mean,
barbers generally. Shout out to barbers.
It's a multifaceted job that people don't think about. It's a physical job. It requires a lot of things, but also it's like you're sitting there listening to someone talk all day. Like they know a lot about you. Shout out to my hairdresser, Brooke.
Shout out Brooke. Yeah, I don't have a hairdresser because my hair is sacred, but I I used to go to this Ukrainian guy in Phoenix.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, and he was one of the ones that would like put like a hot towel on your face,
Oh.
and then like
Love
he had
that.
like a
Oh.
vibrating thing that would like
Yes.
massage. Yeah, it was. I loved it. It was like very pampering.
That sounds amazing. I've never had a barber I liked.
Oh really?
Too many barbers. I mean, maybe this is different. This is like a men's barbershop thing, but
Yeah.
like sometimes you get barbershops that have like the smut rags in there, and
Nice.
sometimes there's this
Oh.
culture of like toxic masculinity.
Uh-huh.
They're always, wanting to talk to you about.
You
know,
got to go
whatever
to a
bullshit.
hairdresser then.
Yeah.
There is no toxic masculinity.
Yeah, no, other toxic stuff.
Women
But-
and gays.
Yeah.
That's funny. I was so close with both longest running hairdressers. I went to both of their weddings.
Oh really?
Yeah, and I just met
Yeah.
them at the hair salon, and they became my close friends. Now my hairdresser's daughter goes to drum lessons with my husband, so
Oh wow.
I have a deep relationship with all of my hairdressers.
Yeah.
Paul, I recommend it. We got to find you a better one.
We gotta find. Hey, everybody out there in the CityCast community.
Anybody want to cut Paul's hair?
Yeah, you want to? Do you
Give
want
us
to
a call,
cut?
720-500-5418. Find Paula Barber.
Let's find Paul
I'm
Barber.
rolling my eyes right now.
What? Oh,
You're
well,
missing out on a great friendship is all I'm saying.
Yeah, there's somebody
Anyway.
out there. There's somebody out there for you.
That's not what
Honestly,
we're talking-
this is a trend. This whole like I'm friends with my hairstylist.
Yeah.
Several times last year, I've been at parties where people brought their hairstylist. This
Yeah.
is like a thing people want, I think, is to have that relationship.
There's two ways to do it. All right, you can either become good friends with your hairstylist, or your hairstylist cannot talk to you at all. Those are the best
Weird.
ways.
Yeah, that's
I
what I
love.
want.
I love.
I
a
want the
silent-
no
Really?
talking.
Oh, it's the best. It's like a silent Uber ride, but it's just something where I don't have to have the social interaction right now. You're just gonna cut my hair, and
That's
I'm
what
gonna
I like.
leave.
It's all because otherwise it's weird. They're questions because they're trying to feel out like what kind of relationship you want.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I am perplexed by this. I just went to dinner with my husband's hairdresser. She gave my son crystals for Christmas. She got a birthday present. She was like helping us when I was pregnant. She's like our homegirl. Shout out Jen. How do you guys not have relationships? Oh my God. Sorry. Okay.
This
This
is-
is wild to me.
Is it? I mean,
I'm homegirls with all of my hairdressers.
I just have friends in other places. You know what I mean?
well, me as well, but
okay. Like,
anyway.
I there's just something very nice and satisfying about like, hey, this doesn't have to be a thing. You know what I
Oh, I
mean?
don't.
Have you ever like, because it's a forced social situation, and because of that, that's why it's so important to find a good like hairstylist if you want that to turn into like a good relationship. But then if you're in a forced social situation where you don't have to talk, oh, it's just so satisfying as an introvert just to like
yes.
not talk.
Huh.
And just sort of just like
Just
Yeah.
have your, when I was a kid, my mom still tells this story to people, but when I was a kid once, I fell asleep when I was getting a haircut.
oh, the best.
I was so relaxed.
Yeah.
I kind of want that now.
Yeah.
Give me the
Huh.
barbershop. Give me the dim lighting. Give me like some
Well, yeah, they need to
soft
see your
plinky
hair.
plunky music.
Plunky?
Yeah, plinky plunky.
What is plinky plunky music?
Like ambient music. Music for airports. Brian
Plinky
Eno.
plunky music.
Sounds more like Maple Leaf Rag or something. like
yeah,
ragtime
of
music.
Montreal. Like
Well,
No,
I'm
no,
on.
not
I'm
much-
just in the
too
other
much going
camp.
on.
Shout out
Yeah.
Connie, Courtney,
Okay,
Brooke, my three girls through my whole life. Connie was my hairdresser in 1985. We're still friends.
are you really?
Yeah, I met her at Jocelyn's at Cinderella City, which has now been torn down.
Oh, R.I.P. Cinderella.
She's
yeah.
posts the nice, most encouraging things on my Facebook.
Well, we do want to hear from you all, listeners. Apparently, this is a big topic. People have different opinions about it. 720-500-5418. Producer Olivia wants us to know that some hairdressers actually offer silent haircuts. As a
Yeah.
service, you can choose sensory-friendly haircuts.
Let's
Oh.
go.
Sounds great.
That's
Wow.
right.
Give me a haircut with give me a fidget toy I can play with while I'm getting my haircut.
Just
Wow.
introverted men, going in silently. Yeah, tipping more for the extra silence.
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay.
Well,
anyway,
what
what
were we talking about?
Bo
We were talking
Nix.
about
Oh,
Bo
yeah, yeah,
Nix.
Bo
Oh,
Nix.
Bo
This
Nix.
is a great topic. We got to
Back
talk
to
about
Bo
this.
Nix.
I got the barber thing with him is very funny though. Apparently, the barber also cuts Jokic's hair.
Yeah, there's like celebrity
I bet that guy
barbers.
doesn't
This guy.
Yeah,
talk to
that-
anyone.
They do a lot of like athletes and stuff like that. Yeah.
He's one of them.
Well, can we
Anyway,
get
so
Jamal
here's the
Murray a better hairdresser? Okay.
Oh, whoa,
All right.
hey,
Sorry.
whoa.
Sorry.
Not all the time.
His
yeah,
hair
I
always
would
looks
say.
terrible.
Oh, what don't you
Ouch.
like about it? Is
It just looks unkempt. He needs a better hair. Go to
Yeah.
whoever Aaron Gordon goes to. They make his hair
Aaron
look
Gordon.
amazing. I mean, he's beautiful, but we were talking about Bo Nix
Bo Nix.
and not hair.
Bo Nix. Do we want to talk about his haircut? Have you all seen his haircut?
No,
He's
I'll
kind
have
of
to
got like
Google it.
80s movie villain.
I was about
hair.
to say, isn't it just like classic Captain America-esque?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty boring.
Anyway, here's the thing with Bo Nix. He doesn't like dogs. That's the news. There was a behind-the-scenes video from broadcaster Kirk Herbstreit on the field. He had the broadcaster guy Herbstreit brought his dog on the field, and he brings it up to Bo Nix, and Bo Nix is like, "Oh no, that's not really my thing."
That's fair. Like
is it fair?
I think though that this is Paul being seen.
Okay, go ahead.
I feel represented by this because this is me
Paul,
too.
discuss.
When I saw the dynamic in this video, Herbstreit has his dog, pretty big dog.
Yeah.
Takes it up to Nix, and Nix is like, he keeps it at arm's length, and he scratches the back of its neck. And I was just like, I know exactly what that feels like. You don't want to talk to the dog, you don't want to engage with the dog, but you also don't want to alienate the person who you know loves the dog, and you don't want to be seen as the dog hater because people don't like dog haters.
Okay, talk me through this. People don't like dog haters. You seem like you have personal experience.
I do. Yeah.
What?
When I was first dating my wife, my mother-in-law, she was like, for years, she didn't trust me. There was kind of a chill because she found out that I was not a dog person.
Huh.
People love their dogs so much. They take this so seriously. If they find out this about you, like we're all finding out about superstar quarterback Bo Nix, there's kind of a barrier. It's like, what's wrong with you? Why don't you like dogs?
Interesting. I love dogs. I have 2 dogs. I got one from the Denver Rescue.
Names, please.
Lola and Ediana. Ediana's the naughty one, but we're working through it. And dogs are this beautiful animal that the more energy you put into it, the better they are and the better your relationship is. They've taught me how to communicate better. They've taught me how to sort of understand that I don't have to be the center of attention, or like that relationship has to be equal. When I was in college, when I was a student senator, I got dogs on campus at Fort Lewis. I'm a big dog advocate. I'm also.
Did you get pushback for that?
Oh yeah. But I'm also a big thing of your dog is your responsibility, and if people are uncomfortable about your dog, you should leave the situation because you're introducing that uncomfortableness. That's what's making them and
The
giving
dog
them
doesn't want it
anxiety.
either.
The dog doesn't want it, and it picks up on emotions.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, like, to me, I watched that Herbstreit video. He's kind of being a douche, where he's forcing
bringing his dog onto the field, which is the workplace for these men.
Yeah, and which is fine, but it's like because he has he's you can see in the videos, other videos, he's very good about training his dogs, but I'm fine with him bringing him onto the field, but like to bring him up to Bo Nix, who's uncomfortable with dogs, and be like, I'm going to get him to pet him. It's like you're forcing that interaction with him where there's like dogs can also be dangerous. Like, yeah.
That's what I want to talk about is people's experiences with dogs. You don't get to just say that outright when someone is like, pet my dog. Like my brother was bit in the face as a child by a dog.
Right.
He also was attacked by a dog as a postal worker and is still in like a workman's comp situation fighting with this lady whose dog, Bernie Sanders, a German Shepherd.
Oh, of course his name's Bernie
like
Sanders.
Dicey situation.
And it wasn't even in the yard he was delivering mail to. It jumped a 6-foot fence and pinned him up against it.
It's like a thing you hear about in cartoons, like post workers and dogs having.
I mean,
like
he literally got a
like
chunk taken out of his like tattooed arm. But my brother's also a huge dog person.
Yeah.
He has his dog tattooed on his arm. Speck. It's ridiculous. But all I'm saying is like you don't know people's experience with dogs when you introduce them, and like they may have had a really traumatic experience with a dog.
Yeah, exactly.
And I wouldn't identify myself as a dog person. I have a dog. Boomhauer, lovely dog. But like I don't think that it's fair to put other people in situations where you have to be with their dogs, especially a guy like that. He's like under the mic. He's on camera.
And he knows
It's
that
not fair to him.
Some people, when they know that you don't like dogs, they're going to feel the chill.
Yeah. And he's trying to be an ambassador for dogs. People that don't like dogs, they get it. Like they understand why people like dogs. They haven't been haven't seen that side of society before. Like you get why people like dogs, right?
I do.
Yeah, the unconditional love is hard to find in this world. You know, they're beautiful, but you got to respect people's boundaries, and you can't force a situation like that, especially with that big of a golden retriever. That was like an 85-pound, 90-pound golden retriever. That's a big dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Here's another take. I want to be able to have my dog off leash. I saw it in the UK, and everybody had their dog off leash, and it's one of those things, another thing where it's like you have to have just an incredible relationship with your dog, and it's your responsibility. And if you and I don't trust other people to sort of be able to govern themselves around that, which is why I always have my dog on leash, because
Here's a pitch,
Yeah.
because I know people love the off-leash dog thing. What if to have your dog off leash, you could get a license,
I
and
do
the
it.
license was attached to like a 6-month training program and certification that the city operates. I mean, obviously this would be expensive, but to certify that this is a good dog.
Yeah.
Great idea in theory. It's hard to get people to register their dogs for anything.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, if they're going to get their asses busted, if they're going to get fined for having an off-leash dog without a license,
I mean, pit bulls were illegal here forever, and my
Totally.
neighborhood's full of them.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop people from. I mean, I think it's a good idea in theory, Paul, is what I'm saying, but like, I just don't see anyone adhering to that. You know, unfortunately, I would not say a lot of
Enforcement is a
dog.
challenge,
I would say a
guess.
lot of dog owners are not responsible.
Yeah.
One last thing on the dogs before we move on. Bo Nix, at the same time, I thought this is ironic, but he is also selling a T-shirt from his personal website based on a slogan, also dog related, from a few weeks ago. There was like an interview he did after a game, because the team's very good, and the reporter was like, "How does it feel not to be the underdogs anymore?" And he was like, "We're the overdogs. You know, we're the overdogs." So now he's selling a T-shirt that says overdogs,
But
I like it.
It's read as like I'm over dogs.
I'm overdogs.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
you
how
think
I read it.
he's like past dogs?
So I bought
Yeah, I'm
a
over it.
T-shirt. I'm overdogs.
yeah.
I'm over it.
I do you want to guess what Bo Nix's degree was?
Hospitality management.
Communications,
It was marketing.
marketing.
And brand management.
Good for him.
Yeah.
He
Sell
knows what
those
he's doing.
T-shirts,
Yeah, yeah.
my man.
3.62 GPA.
Good for him.
He knows what he's doing. He knows
Bo.
branding.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a part of being someone in the spotlight in any job now.
Yeah.
You have to know how to market yourself.
100%, because the
Except for that
overdog,
haircut,
all that merch is going to the Denver Rescue Mission.
which is also cool.
Yeah, which is super cool. It's like, it's one of those things, like he sort of he immortalizes his interview. You know what I mean?
He's building his own celebrity in
Again,
the city.
Exactly.
Good marketing.
This is
Good PR.
Yeah, I think he should have some overdog merch for actual dogs.
For dogs.
It's only for
T-shirts for
humans right
dogs?
now. Exactly. Or, little neckerchief or something like that. I just love dressing up my dogs. I don't do it all the time.
I had a neighbor whose dog was always wearing it. His dog's name was Skull, and he was always wearing a T-shirt.
Yeah.
But he lived in the attic of the Victorian I lived in, and then Skull would just be on the roof walking around in his T-shirt.
Well,
The 90s, different time.
different time.
Different times.
I there's one last thing to this
Okay.
this Denver Broncos dog. Some Denver Broncos fans might remember a Brian Greasy and a dog related incident.
Oh.
He
What
tripped
happened?
over his dog, fell down the stairs, almost missed a game.
Whoa.
Yeah, this is back in
Bad
2000.
dog. Bad dog.
I mean, if you have a dog, though, they're always walking
are,
where
they
you're
are,
walking.
Yeah.
I've accidentally kicked Boomhauer many times because of that. This is right there.
Yeah, that's on Boomhauer though.
It is on Boomhauer. He's fine.
Well, Bo Nix. Turns out Bo Nix is the hot topic, and he's going to be starting for the team in a couple of weeks. They got to buy. Anyway, yeah, I think we got too much.
Sports fan Paul. I
know.
love
When
sports
Paul
fan
gets
Paul.
into it. Paul gets into
Yeah,
it.
Just stumbling
You
around.
really-
Yeah, you like hockey, and then you know other sports exist. Like that's
I'm
my
into football.
He's
I'm
working
so
on
into it. Ever
it?
since the new owner,
Yeah.
the Waltons, came in for the Broncos, I've been like, this is my jump on point. I'm watching the games. I don't know anything about it. Don't ask me about it, but I'm there.
Who's the starting quarterback for the Broncos?
We've been talking about him all
Okay,
day.
good.
Of course I know who it is.
Wow. Pop quiz. Hot shot.
And he's our new celebrity, our new local celebrity. So call in if you spot him at Trader Joe's, or if you spot him running away from a dog. Bo Nix, 720-500-5418. The Bo Nix hotline is open.
I saw Bo
Nix hotline.
500-5418.
Don't call it. All right, let him focus. All right.
I want to hear from folks about what they think about the
100%.
the dog, like that we're a dog
The dog
place, that we're a
dynamic?
dog friendly place, which
Okay.
I feel like is a
Mhm.
relatively new thing for Denver's identity. Personally,
Is
right.
it new?
I don't remember anyone caring this much about dogs when I was a kid.
Really? Because
No.
it's like a whole like personality.
Yeah,
Aspect
it
of the
feels a
city
little
now.
bit of a New Denver kind of thing.
A
to
New
me
Denver?
personally. I'm just saying.
Really?
Just saying.
That's fair enough.
Just saying.
There are a lot of dogs here. There was some reporting last year from Denver, right? Like 160,000 dogs in the city was the estimate from Parks and Rec,
Oh wow.
which is more than there are kids.
Wow. That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I have two of them. You know what I mean? and no kids that I claim. There at the dog park, the culture of guilt at the dog park is really interesting. Like, if you met, because it's like I'm a little bit louder, like in terms of voice commands when I'm by myself, and the dogs are listening better. But I feel way more guilty doing that out in public.
Like this tone of your voice.
You're not baby talking your dog.
I do not baby talk.
I know. I was like, I don't either.
I don't believe you.
Here, I'll do it. Oh, who's a good girl?
No, this is fake. This is not the voice you use.
But like when I'm like mad at her, I'm like, Lola, you know, like it's like a big, like, yeah. And I'm afraid to do that on public because I feel judged by the people around me.
Wow. Yeah. Huh. I never thought about how I talk to my dog.
All right. Well, we talked about bone aches so much. I think we should skip this next topic. Save the restaurant that everyone's complaining about. It's so successful, everyone's complaining about it. We're going to skip it. We're going to hit that next week sometime.
Sounds good.
We're going to talk about it in some other way, some other time. And instead, we're going to go to a break and come back for wins and fails of the week. All right, we're back. Time for the best way to end the week. Rocky Mountain highs and Rocky Mountain lows, aka wins and fails of the week. Each of us brought a recent local something, one that we think is a fail, one that we think is a win, and we're going to talk about them. We're going to start with fails. Joshua, we'll begin.
Yeah, thank you. My fails for Jared Polis. I'm liking him less and less. The whole Libertad after
good Lord,
the Venezuelan president was kidnapped by the U.S. federal government is crazy. Because you know what he could have said? He could have just said nothing, and that would have been great.
You know what? I okay. Point take. I accept that. The biggest Polis hater in my life. I have a good friend, love this guy. He texts me regularly just complaining about Polis, like shit Polis says. He's like, look at this dumbass today, what he's saying. And he texted me yesterday, I can't believe Polis has said nothing yet about the ICE shooting. So Polis is at a point where he can do nothing right for people.
Whose fault is that, though?
His own.
Yeah.
His own. For liberals. I mean, he still has his fans, I think, who like his the density stuff and the transit policy and the neoliberalism. Some people do like that, but he has made himself a lot of enemies.
I mean, it just seems like a silly thing to sort of even speak about. I mean, you're the governor of Colorado. Why do we need to be? And that's such a terrible and weirdly bringing back imperialism in 2026 is crazy. And at the beginning of the year, I just want a couple. Can we have a week? You know what I mean?
No, clearly we can't.
Yeah,
we can't. Well, I mean, we know this is how Polis uses the internet, so I guess I wasn't surprised, but.
It's just tough. It's just a one in a long line of things it's disappointing to a person that I was neutral to lukewarm about, and it's just continued just been I really don't like this guy.
Yeah.
Bree, your fail?
The Corporation for Public Broadcasting announcing that it voted to dissolve after nearly $1 billion in funding cuts from the federal government. I am a former PBS 12 host. I worked for one of our local PBS affiliates for 5 years. It's one of the proudest moments of my life. Being able to contribute to public television was so important to me. I grew up on public television, a child of Mr. Rogers and 3-2-1 Contact and Sesame Street. And this is disappointing, not surprising, but disappointing. And it puts a lot of these PBS stations in peril because they depend on that funding. And PBS stations also provide news in areas where there isn't local news because funding is tough to come by for news in general. So that's my big fail. PBS the Corporation for Public Broadcasting having to dissolve because the government. I mean, it's part of the project.
Is that going to affect us here, our PBS 12 and our Rocky Mountain PBS?
I'm sure it will a little bit because I'm sure they get funding in some capacity from it. I haven't seen them make any specific announcements about it, but when I worked at PBS 12, we were running on a shoestring to begin with. They're actually one block over from where we are right now. It's a tough business and it's a tough game. And I think that folks that really believe and work for public broadcasting work there because they believe in it. And this just broke my heart.
Yeah, and they also look for stories that wouldn't be told otherwise that are interesting.
Rocky Mountain PBS here does some fantastic reporting.
Oh,
read their work. It's great.
Check out their YouTube. They have documentaries on there for free. You can sort of just watch it, and some of them are really interesting about the history of the state. I love it.
Yeah, me too. So my heart goes out to folks working in the world of public broadcasting right now. It's really brutal.
Yeah, I think it'll come back, right? I think a lot of this will come back. It's
but
just
these
tough.
moments when we need it more than anything. I mean, I guess you could
Exactly.
say that for any moment in history, but it's a time. Paul, what's your fail this week?
My fail this week is some news that kind of got lost over the holidays, but I do want to talk about it, is Denver's Department of Transportation and Infrastructure chose a new provider for micromobility. So this is the e-scooters and e-bikes and all the ones that are, so that there is now going to be a sole operator. Previously, there were two companies, Lime and Bird, that had rival fleets of these e-scooters and bikes. Now all we have is this company called Veo, which was started, I think, in Purdue University in like 2017. It's a relatively new startup. So like, I'm not claiming to know all the negotiations. I haven't actually talked to a lot of people about this, what they're offering, what they can do specifically, except that they can uphold the safety standards that the city council passed last year, some new regulations on like not being allowed to ride on sidewalks. And I just think monopolies are bad.
Yeah.
Period. You know, if we have one company running this, that means less competition, and that means a worse product in the end for the consumer. And even more worrisome, I think, is that in some of the reporting, this is from Denverite, I think, was so on this point of like no competition for prices. The city intends to establish fixed prices with the company that will remain in effect for the entirety of its contract. The city is negotiating rider pricing rates with Veo and looking to lock in the price riders will pay for the duration of the contract. And I think that sounds nice to a lot of people because like that probably means like maybe they'll think cheaper prices or good prices. But think about that from the company's perspective. This is a new startup. This is a company that doesn't have the backing of like Uber or Lyft. I know those companies are unpopular, but a big company with a lot of backing like that means stability. Like if this Veo company has to offer fixed prices, are they going to be able to offer the same quality of service? Are these scooters and bikes going to be falling apart and getting dangerous? Like this is a key. Everyone says this last mile problem in transit is really important for helping people use public transit and get around the city cheaply. And if we're going to rely on a private company and give them a monopoly and not give them any chance to change their prices, we're setting ourselves up to fail. This is red flags up and down with this. I think this is a huge miss.
I also just think, I don't know if it was just like a lack of reporting or the lack of information out there. This felt like there's just so much more to the story we don't know. Where does this company come
Couldn't
from?
agree more.
Who is this? Why did the city make this decision? I mean, it's like they give us a boilerplate, like, you know, the contracts with Lime and Bird were up after 5 years, and this is our new company that's going to do what we ask it to. And it just felt like very, especially after all of the turmoil around these things being, you know, kind of dumped in the city initially and then people liking them, but then, you know, mobility advocates really trying to, you know, retrofit these, like working with the city to be like, how can we make these safer for everybody?
Safety precautions for sure.
Yeah, like it just felt very strange to me that they were just like, oh, new thing. Hope you guys like it. And there was just no public anything involved in here. And it was very strange to me. Felt very opaque.
Yeah, I mean, Zach Williams from Lime, he was the local government representative or government like relations representative for Lime, who we had on the show last year. We'll link to that episode in the show notes. He said that they were totally ready to work with all these safety regulations too. Like, and he said
so
he told us they were ahead of the game on the sidewalk detection stuff. Like, obviously that's the company speaking for itself. And
Sure.
Again, I don't know all the details, but I don't get it.
I like Lime. Like I use Lime all the time. And
they just dropped those new like e-scooter things where you don't have to pedal. It was just like an electric scooter to get around. Like those were cool.
Yeah, those are also actually more accessible to a lot of folks as well from a physical perspective. But yeah, it felt like, how did this happen? And yeah, what was the negotiation? Did Lime and Bird have any space to, you know, to present themselves as better options? I don't know. I'm not like defending them either. I'm just saying it seems like we just don't know very much.
because this is going to impact people.
Absolutely.
And Verbal might come on and do a good job, but but the game theory behind it is bad. You know what I mean? Monopolies, I mean, they're market failures for a reason, and they allow companies to make bad decisions and not feel the consequences of those bad decisions.
Yeah, so that's my fail. Wins.
Oh,
Wins.
wins.
Bree, do you want to give us your win?
One of my favorite restaurants, Kokoro, is celebrating 40 years this month.
40.
Good for them. 40 years.
I love this place. I talk about it all the time. It's delicious. It's affordable. It's kid friendly. It's they have an amazing rewards program. Also, if you're a loyalty member right now, you get 40% off a meal, which is pretty sweet.
Wow.
I don't work for them or anything. I'm just saying, like, my family's like waiting to go have a big meal at Kokoro to celebrate, but like get that 40% off. But I mean, they were pre-fast casual. They were kind of that thing. Service there is phenomenal. If you order from it to go, presentation it looks just like it does in the restaurant. They're amazing. They have 2 locations, one in Arvada and one on Colorado Boulevard. 40 years is a long time to last as a business, especially a restaurant. And they're doing amazing.
What type of food?
It's Japanese, fast casual. So it's like bowls. They have teriyaki. They do some sushi, soups, salads. It's so good. And 40 years is a long time. So good job, Kokoro. Love, one of my top 5 favorite restaurants of all time. Love it.
It's great. Congratulations.
Mm-hmm. I will go next. My win. I have got to give a shout out to John Frank at Axios Denver for linking to this story, which comes to us from USA Today. But it's a story about a local Denverite, a hockey mom named Brooke Wilfley. So this is a story about if there was a name for, I think we need a name for someone who's a Karen. But it's good.
In a good way?
But in a good way. And I think it should maybe be a Brooke. Because Brooke's kids got into hockey during the pandemic, and she observed it correctly that this system is very difficult for families who do not have a lot of money.
Yeah.
Hockey is an expensive sport.
Yes.
Ice time's expensive, gear's expensive, everything about it is expensive. And as a result of all this, we see the NHL, 99% white guys from middle to upper class families.
Yep.
That's why this sport is like this. And she saw this and she was like, how do I help? She started setting up programs. She started working with youth hockey organizations, and she encountered a person named Randy Kanai. And she found what she thought was graft. She thinks she found $180,000 of graft. The guy who runs this like Colorado Amateur Hockey Association.
What's graft?
Theft.
Oh.
He's using this nonprofit to filter money back to himself, his own companies.
Cool.
It's a whole operation. This guy is scamming
Around
this
youth
hockey nonprofit.
It's dark when you scam stuff involving children.
Yeah.
And then he fights back because she notices this and she's like, hello, we got a problem. He sues her. He sends her a letter. He's like libel, slander. Stop, get this crazy lady, this crazy hockey mom trying to shut down our whole thing here because she's there, and it's very complicated. I recommend the whole story. It's a really, really good story from USA Today. It goes to court.
Good for Brooke.
She wins.
Hey.
She wins. And he has to pay like almost like $500,000 in damages to this organization, $579,000. And Brooke wins. Brooke wins.
Let's go, Brooke.
Good win for Brooke, and just a great story and an issue I really care about. This inequality in hockey.
Her. I love a bulldog of a mom who's just like, you know what? I found something that's not right, and I'm gonna do something about it.
Also, like Karens for good is an interesting concept.
Karens for good, a Brooke.
Yeah, Brooke.
My mom Brooke is gonna love this.
Oh, really?
Shout out to Brooks.
Yeah. My stepmom Karen hates this, but yeah.
I don't blame you. Joshua, I think it's up to you.
Take us out.
Sure, yeah.
Give us your win.
I went to the Dead Pioneers at Gothic, and one of the bands that opened for them, Team Non-Existent, like their vocalist is so good, and it hit me. Like I'd been obsessed with like comedy was really the only thing I ever did going out, and I just like sitting there, especially because it's like I know like I'm gonna really enjoy Dead Pioneers because I have like that personal connection, but
they're a local band headed by Greg Deal.
Yeah, exactly. That Native American,
or he's an artist on multiple levels.
It's like Suicidal Tendencies, but Native, I would say.
Oh, that's a good way to describe it.
Yeah, but so and I moshed with Dead Pioneers and just the the live music. I'm like, why am I not doing this more often? Like we have so many great local bands that this is something that could be a regular part of my life that is a part of Denver's culture. That
I love this for you.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This is like
I do.
It's I think because it felt like like it's like one show and everything, but just like the sense of just being a part of a community and being like being able to sort of express myself without having to like actively entertain people. I'm gonna try to be out there at more local shows this year going forward, just because we have it here. That's a part of the Denver experience that I just haven't been doing. So I'd encourage people to go out to more local music.
I never heard of Team Non-Existent. That's awesome.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. They did a worm pit, which I've never seen in my life. It was disgusting.
What is that? What's a worm pit?
Worm pit?
Oh, a worm, like a worm.
Like worms, yeah.
The worm, the dance?
They split the crowd, and then they're like, hey, you have to get up by the first chorus. But for the start of it and the build-up, they just had people sort of worm on the ground towards each other and then over each other.
I think it makes it a little safer, maybe is the idea, or no? Because I mean, a pit can get pretty gnarly.
It was definitely like one of those things where like, let's be weird together. You know what I mean? Which is very
cool.
Very fun. But it's like just their vocals, the lead singers. It's just it was like varied and good and complicated and intentional. And I'm like, that's just one band. There's a lot of people like this. You know what I mean? That are they're not just doing music, but they're doing music at a high level where they're trying to create stuff and be intentional about the art of the music. And so, I'm excited.
I'll have to go check them out.
Yeah.
I love that. That sounds awesome.
This is reminding me of after the Denver Awards, Joshua, for listeners, Joshua was trying to join Los Mocachetes.
They were trying to recruit me.
I was like, I mean, I saw what was happening.
They asked me, they pitched me the idea.
I had to drag my husband home that night. He wanted to hang so bad. He's like, I like Joshua, and he and the Mocos are getting, I want to hang out with them. I was like, we're going to be out all night long. No, absolutely not.
Those guys are cool.
They're great guys. They're great guys to hang out with too.
Okay, well, that's the show. That's the week. We're back. 2026.
Here we are.
Another one coming next week. 5 more episodes.
Oh, yeah.
Starting on Monday.
You guys have to do this all the time, huh?
Uh-huh.
We get to do this
I
all the time.
I just want to give a shout out, though. We have a CityCast Twin Cities that's covering the Minneapolis stuff now. If you maybe you're from there and you live here, or you know folks there, have them check out that show too and newsletter.
Great plug.
Yeah.
Well, Bree, Joshua, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of Los Mocachetes, they're having a coffee jam at Monosagrados.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. When? Do you know the time?
I can't remember what day it is.
We'll put a link in the show notes.
But they do it every month.
They do it, yeah.
Yeah, it's a monthly thing.
That's all for the week here on CityCast Denver. Our producers this week were Olivia Jewel Love, Lizzie Goldsmith, Noah Snyderman, and me, Paul Caroli. We recorded the Dude IDK Studios in 5 Points with support from Jacob Rupp and Nick Holmby. Peyton Garcia writes our morning newsletter, Hey Denver. Abby Madigan runs our social media, which you should check out, Instagram at CityCast Denver. Bree Davies is our host. Our music is by Los Mocachetes, with additional mixing by Tyler Lindgren, who, I learned, added the tuba. That's not the Mocos. They told me at the award show.
Oh,
I
didn't realize that
show,
Tyler
put
that
them.
in there. Tyler's in the background of a lot of really good music that's been recorded here.
Love
Just
that
putting that out there.
If you haven't already, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Follow us on Instagram, like I mentioned, and tell Brooke Wilfley about us next time you see her. Thanks to all the new neighbors who've joined our membership program recently. You all are the best. You too can support the show and get great perks by becoming a CityCast Denver neighbor today at membership.citycast.fm. You can sign up for the daily newsletter I mentioned and learn more about us at denver.citycast.fm. And that's all. Thank you all so much. What a great show. See you next week.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed the show today, why don't you go ahead tell Bo Nix about us?
Tell Bo Nix? Yeah, that is better. Tell Bo Nix about us. Tell his barber.
We did talk about, tell Bo Nix's
barber. I would love to talk to that barber.
You didn't want to talk to your barber.
I want to talk to his barber. Not my barber.
Paul, we need to get to the bottom of this not wanting to talk to barbers thing.
He's not alone. I will say.
That's weird. That's so weird to me.
Did you know CityCast Denver has a perks program? Every week, we're highlighting some standout deals from our favorite businesses in town to help you support local and save some money. It's a win-win. Here are some highlights from this week. Visit any Topo Designs retail store and mention this ad to receive 20% off your purchase. Some exclusions apply. But you can get this deal through February 1st, 2026. Or saddle up for an intergalactic adventure at the Adultiverse Space Rodeo on January 17th, where you can experience the worlds of Meow Wolf Denver transformed into a 21 and up psychedelic party. Use code GIDDYUP for $4.20 off an Adultiverse ticket. Offer available for redemption now through January 17th, 2026. Or check out Green Door. You can pre-order a curated cannabis box for your next Denver trip. Includes edibles, snacks, and local accessories, ready for pickup. No stress, no lines, just a better trip. Use code DenverPerk for $10 off any experience box. To see a full list of participating businesses, just visit denver.citycast.fm/perks. It's a great way to check out new restaurants, shops, and events in your city without breaking your budget. And I think that rules.